Joining us in the studio this half hour, Patti Parker, Executive Director with the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. Patti, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Tomorrow is the Partnership to End Hunger event. This is something that started a year ago, right? And these are vast partnerships that you've developed.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a group that's actually been going on for a few years now. The
it
Partnership
has.
to End Hunger, really lately led by Becky Briggs from Treehouse, is just amazing, and Mary George and Chris Reed from Denso, along with media. Thank you so much for jumping on board.
Happy to help.
This year, a great tie with Rickinney at the Lakeview Family Fair, and that really created the event that is happening tomorrow.
And what is that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. It is a food and fun drive at the Lakeview Family Fair, which is right on Columbia here in Battle Creek, right near the Capitol Avenue corner.
Nice store, too.
It is. It's a beautiful store.
Yeah.
And they are encouraging people to drive by, drop off some food, or even easier, they can do the drive-by dollar drive. They can just have a drive-through and drop off $1.
It'll be like, I don't know, going to the bank. Just drive right up to the drive-thru and you'll take it.
Drive-by philanthropy.
That is nice. Now, this is interesting because it's very convenient and I presume tempting to go in and pick out some things and hand them over, which you'd gladly
always
take.
Has great sales.
Yes. Yeah. However, you have the tremendous ability to stretch $1.
We do. That's what the food bank does. We work very diligent with that. So every $1 donated to the food bank equals 6 meals.
Just let that sink in a second. $1, 6 meals, and everybody listening now goes, how do you do that?
Exactly. The family fair may be amazing, but I'm not sure even they could do 6 meals for $1. It is something food banks across the nation work diligently at when we work at all the different places that we can get food, from donations to getting seconds in produce that come in. We work with local farmers. There's so many different ways to get food in, and we have become masters at it. So for every $1 you donate, we can serve 6 meals throughout our 8 counties.
Patti Parker's here from the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. Tomorrow, Lakeview Family Fair, Columbia near Capitol, 9 to 2 is when this is going on. We'll be there between 8 and 10. So we're going to start with the cheerleading at 8 and get people ready to get their dollars ready to drive by and hand them over. And that'll be tomorrow. But a big event called Partnership to End Hunger. And we'll tell you more about it coming up in just a minute on WBCK. Patti Parker's here from the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. Tomorrow, Partnership to End Hunger, Family Fair, Lakeview.
Food drive and dollar drive-through.
That's it. And so that'll be between 9 and 2. And as Patti pointed out before the break there, a $1 donation is 6 meals. I'm still, every time I hear that, it just makes my head spin. Just love to hear that.
It is pretty amazing, but we're very frugal.
So do you have a bank of negotiators that, you know, I don't know, named Guido or something, and they go around and say, we want a deal over here. You know, how's this work?
It's usually a pretty easy sell. I'm afraid everybody knows someone caught in hunger. Here in Calhoun County alone, there's nearly 9,000 households that are in poverty. And if you include the ALICE numbers, the asset limited, it jumps to over 15,000.
Oh, my.
So even when people are doing okay, they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So if someone gets sick, if heaven forbid, if their children get sick, the car dies, any of those things can throw them right into poverty, and they need help. And that's what the food bank and all of our amazing agencies are here to help with.
In your experience observing those statistics and the folks who make those up, are these cyclical, or do you see people consistently?
We do see a lot of people stuck in poverty.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, more and more who we're seeing are the people who just get caught every so often. They're the ones who they're working just fine. They're very hard workers, maybe even doing 2 jobs. But of course, if they get sick, they don't get paid sick leave. Right. There's so many situations like that. They're doing just fine until a child is sick and you have to stay home and take care of them, because child care is so expensive. If they're sick, you just can't afford it.
Well, the car breaks down or something.
Yeah, the car breaks down. The refrigerator dies. There are a million things we all know that happen at any given time, and it seems like they never happen at once. So even if you have a little bit of savings to take care of one thing, there's always seems to be something else.
Yep.
And if you just don't have enough money saved up, if you have to live paycheck to paycheck, you just don't have that cushion, and that's what shoves you into poverty.
So you talked about your partners, Denso, and others that have been helping you with this. So what is their role in all this?
Oh, they've been the driving force behind the Partnership to End Hunger. Over the years, they've done a couple of different things. My favorite was, I think it was last year in the Cereal Festival Parade, and they actually pushed shopping carts and encouraged people to bring food.
I remember that.
It's a wonderful program. They invite all the businesses in the area to participate, and many of them do. It really is driven by Treehouse and Denso and Family Fare and both radios, both Town Square, and I have to give a shout out to Win. They've really stepped up. They do so much good work. And the Battle Creek Shoppers with them as well. And they rally a whole bunch of businesses in the area to help them out.
Yeah, you know, we don't all work together all of the time in media, but this is one of those occasions where we do. And I think it's safe to say we're all happy to do that. And tomorrow is the day at Family Fair in Lakeview. So it would be so simple the way you've thought this out to just roll up and even hand $1 out the window, and that's 6 meals right there between 9 and 2 tomorrow, Columbia near Capitol at the Family Fair. And we're just going to create a drive-through situation and staff it there and be ready to do that. So you would take those funds and put them to work in feeding folks. So somebody hands you $1 on Saturday. How quickly is that a meal in front of somebody?
Oh, wow. It could be very quickly.
Yeah.
We have a full warehouse. We actually prefer to call it a redistribution center because our goal is to have the food stay there a very short period of time. And we get that out to our agencies. We have nearly 300 agencies across 8 counties is what we cover. Here in Calhoun County alone, though, we have about 100 agencies. And that includes pantries, your neighborhood pantry groups that are around here. It includes soup kitchens. It includes shelters. It includes child care areas. It includes some residential housing that is set aside for people in need. There are so many special entities that are out there taking care of those people who just need help getting by. And they can be member agencies of the food bank and come and get the food from us.
So you are a hub for sure.
We are.
Yeah. And that is also, I suppose, worth mentioning that when you're a hub like that, that wields more power, too, in all this.
It really does. For instance, this is Friday morning. So right now in Battle Creek, we have 4 different fresh food initiatives going on. Those are fresh food distributions throughout our community where people can come, and there are like 5 different kinds of fresh food there. We actually contract with local farmers. So we're actually putting money back into our economy, too, and keeping these farmers viable. They give us the greatest food. It is just amazing. So we can give out butternut squash right now. We have apples, potatoes, all the things a family really needs. We also do our access to nutrition. So we have chefs from Firekeepers Casino who come down and help us by making a dish to serve to the people as a taste test with some of those foods that we're giving out. And then we have the recipes and the how-to sheets there for them as well.
Patti Parker's here from the Food Bank of South Central Michigan, and we'll talk more about that in just a second on WBCK. A few more minutes with Patti Parker from the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. Point is, Partnership to End Hunger event tomorrow, Family Fair, Columbia near Capitol, 9 to 2. You can just slide by and hand $1 out the window. That's 6 meals for somebody right there. So imagine if you handed us a $5 or a $10. Wow.
The impact becomes amazing.
And wait a minute now, somebody's sitting out there saying, but I'm busy tomorrow. Got you covered, Pat.
We do. You can just go to our website. That's at www.foodbankofscm.org. And you can donate anytime. You can donate in the name of Partnership to End Hunger. You can donate as a sustainer and have a little bit given out. What if you gave $5, $10 every month? It is extraordinary the difference you can make.
You can set that up.
You can set it right up right there on the website.
How about that? All right. Nice, secure way to do that, too. Let's say that website one more time.
It is foodbankofscm.org.
Foodbankofscm.org. And you can set that up right there. And then you could just come to Family Fair tomorrow and do jumping jacks in the parking lot or something and cheer us on.
Food drive and dollar drive-through. It's a fantastic event, and I really have to hand it to our sponsors for this. The Partnership to End Hunger is really run by Denzo and Treehouse, Private Brands, Family Fair, of course, Town Square Media, Win, but also many area businesses have really stepped on board with this particular campaign. The Shopper News, FUG, Pro Connections, BC Bomber, American One Credit Union, Omni Community Credit Union, Habitat for Humanity, Uncle Ed's Oil Shop, and CSM Group. Okay,
wow, that's a nice group there, all helping out with this event tomorrow. You talked about these partnerships with farmers. You know, I think it's easy for folks to presume that you deal in the so-called non-perishable foods arena only. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's not true.
Exactly. We're really trying to push the fresh foods. It is amazing to get the foods we get from some of our industry, and right here in Cereal City means that we are the most sought-after food bank in the nation. Mm. The other food banks are quite jealous of us because of that, because shelf-stable foods are truly needed. But people in need love fresh food, too. Mm-hmm. And it's so healthy for them. It's wonderful to get it out there. And it also helps teach them how to cook it, how to work with it, because we've gotten away from that. I know I didn't have a home ec class in school. Now, thankfully, I grew up on a farm, and I had a grandma who did cook. Mm-hmm. But it's something that everybody needs a little help with, and it's really fun to give out the fresh food and also the recipes and the food tastings.
Well, and even the home ec class, back when I went through shop and home ec and all of that, it's different now than it was then. You might have learned to make one or two things, but a cooking class all semester was not part of the plan, was it?
No, not at all. And there's so many things you can do with preserving the food, keeping the food, serving fresh dishes. And we often forget, if you're having trouble getting enough food, if money is the issue, you don't have the luxury to do a taste test. Yeah. You don't have the luxury to go out and buy a food that you don't know your child will eat, right, because you can't afford to have your child go hungry. That's where these food tastings at some of these events, it really is a game changer, because we can actually have the kids taste it. They can get to taste it. They can say, oh, I love this. And the parents can then take the food, take the recipe, talk to the chef about different variations. And that is happening. People are very excited about it. It's a wonderful event.
Risk-free stuff. You know it works. You know they're going to like it. And you know how to cook it. So that's exciting. Folks can read more about those events right on your website, I presume.
They most certainly can.
Yeah. So those things come up fairly often, and you have a chance to check those out. All right. So tomorrow, Family Fair, Columbia in your capital, 9 to 2. We'll be there from 8 to 10, trying to get things moving there between 8 and 10. And then the dollar drive-by line will be started by 9. I have a feeling if somebody rode up at 8:15 or something, we'd probably figure out a way to take that dollar, wouldn't we? Yeah. I'll take it and hand it over if we need to. So see us tomorrow at the Family Fair in Columbia for the Partnership to End Hunger. Patti Parker with the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll talk again soon.